We don't do anything without some reward, right? As humans, we do not do something unless we think we're going to get something for it. Like even when we're being completely benevolent and we're giving and we're charitable, it's because there's some sort of reward in it for us, right? So what is the reward for being the victim? I'm going to write this down. What's the payoff? What do you get for being the victim?
I'd say you're seen as innocent.
So I'm innocent.
Yeah.
Get sympathy and attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that trauma bonding. It's a bonding experience.
So bond. Yeah. So you bond with someone. What else?
I'm just going to say embarrassment, but that's not actually, I don't know, that getting something, it's not getting something positive.
Embarrassed because
it's not cool being a victim.
yeah. So we'll put that there. Embarrassment. Oh. What else?
Maybe guilty.
Guilty being a victim because
I think just turning it on yourself, like, oh, this might have been my fault, like it's my fault, I'm the victim.
Reward. What's the payoff? Not how you feel. What's the reward for being the victim? When you feel guilty, what's the reward?
I'm not sure.
Anyone guess around that?
Being right, being the best or smartest.
Being right. Fast.
Well, if you're feel guilty about something, that means that you feel like you had power to control something. So in a way, you have control over something to have caused something to happen to feel guilty about.
Mm-hmm.
So power? You're saying power?
Mm-hmm.
Power. And then what's the payoff for the embarrassment? Same things or different? I don't really think that's a payoff.
No, that's not a payoff.
Yeah. What's the payoff?
I was going to say a narrative, like that's my last RTT. So like there's a narrative, it's protecting me. There's something I can hold on to as a truth if I'm a victim. Does that make sense? Like
narrative of an identity.
Yeah, narrative, identity, like it's a truth to me. I can believe that it's the only way, it's the only reality.
Yeah. And then we're going back to right, bad. Right. So what I do there is like, I know, I can say that I know. I'm watching this amazing anime series with my son that's 18. And there's these witches in there, and they're the 7 deadly sins, and one of them is greed. And the witch of greed wants knowledge. And all of the witches of the 7 deadly sins, they all had positive intentions, yet it all came out in a kind of like evil ways in the world. And so she wants knowledge, and she's got this greed for knowledge. Like, I must know, and I'll do anything for that. That's the most important thing. So what else? What other payoffs do we get for being a victim?
Someone's pity.
Yeah, we get pity. Yeah, and when we get pity, we get what? Connection, yeah. Connection.
I would say intimacy for sure.
Intimacy. Understanding. There's a big one. There's a big one that hasn't been said yet. It's a really big payoff.
I think I was thought that you get community. Like if you're part of an organization of victims of this or that, you become part of a community.
Yep. Community, even bigger than that. What's one? It has a really big payoff.
Money.
So
Yeah.
you have a voice.
Money.
I heard.
Oh, money.
I heard. Let's use.
I only knew that because you said pay off. So it's like, okay, it must be money.
You caught on. See this with the green. Money. Money. So there's a lot of payoffs for being victim in there. And this is just a small piece of paper. We could fill that whole thing. We could probably fill both of those with what we get. So we get money. Look at all the lawyers out there ready to sue. You drive down the highway, you see Brown and Crouppen, injury lawyers. You deserve. Have you been hurt? Let's get you some money. Oh yeah, actually, I do think my neck hurt after that car accident. And then when we start taking on that identity, it starts to become a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because we can't pretend to be hurt or sick and it not show up in our lives, right? So these are the payoffs, and victim is really a mindset, right? It's a consciousness, it's a mindset, it's a way of thinking, and it's a way of being, and it can be changed, right? This is the idea of life is happening to me, and it's a powerless state. If life is happening to me, then I'm powerless. I don't have control, and so there's nothing that I can do about it. There's nothing that I can do to change it. I can complain about it. I can find other people to complain with and create community around it. Right? So there's a lot of payoffs. Right? And so like did things happen to you where you were a victim? Yeah. Maybe. Sometimes it's a matter of the way that you look at it. Two people can tell two different stories. And they can both feel like victims. Right? The story with my husband and I, he could probably tell you a good story that would make you like feel like he was the one that was victimized by me, wanting to control him, not accepting him how he is, whatever that may be. I don't think he talked to people about that, right? But you know, this is how in this realm we're reacting. Something happens, we react. We're not seeing ourselves as creators, as having control of our lives. Now, from responsible, we are responding. And responding involves choice. And choice involves having power. And we can't choose and be a victim at the same time. They're just not able to happen at the same time. So we can't have choice and also be victim at the same time. This is helpless. This is powerful. I can choose. I can forgive. I can find more information. This victim, I'm a victim to those people, to the world, to everything else, right? So in every story, whether it's a victim story or not, at some point, there's a choice that we made, right? We made some sort of choice. So as you think about that victim story, or I want you to tell it again here in just a little bit, but I want you to tell it from a place of choice. So even if there's just one thing that you did that you can say, I chose this, I chose that, then you're starting to come from a place of empowerment. And so this teaching that I'm doing here, I feel like I'm kind of just like yelling and like, oh, I got to get this out. I got to get it out quick, because this is the most challenging teaching that I do. Because a lot of people can take offense to this. Like, well, what about the woman that was just walking down down the alley in a mini skirt and got raped? You're saying that she chose that? I'm not saying that. And responsible doesn't mean blame, right? Just because I can take responsibility for something, it doesn't mean that I'm to blame, right? So when we go to blame, shame, justify, let's see how this one works. So above the line, this is responsible. And if I go to blame, shame, or justify, that is not responsible. That is victim. This is the shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? This is the 3 R's. This is life is happening to me. I have no power. I have no choice. This is I can choose to respond rather than react.